up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Inside the Vinyl. I'm your host, Tim Bianconi. If you would go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could also hit that notification bell so you could be notified when we put out new content, that would be appreciated also. So today is June 27th, 2025, and there is a new release from Lynyrd Skynyrd out today. And this would be live at the Ryman Auditorium. So a little backstory on this record. It's Lynyrd Skynyrd celebrating 50 years live at the Ryman. So this was recorded in November of 2022 and stands as Gary Rossington's last show, as unfortunately he did pass away on March 5th of 2023, if I have my dates correct. But yeah, this is a full concert at the historic Ryman Auditorium. And yeah, I just, as a Jacksonville native, and I'm going to let you guys in on a secret about me that only everyone that's ever known me in my entire life knows. I have peed in the Van Zandt bathroom. True story. Anyway, so yeah, as a lifelong Lynyrd Skynyrd fan and a Jacksonville native, I wanted to have a copy of this record. So here we go, front cover, no hype sticker, just Lynyrd Skynyrd celebrating 50 years at the Ryman Auditorium. Let's see, and then of course here's the back with the track listing. And it's kind of cool because with this and with the Last of the Street Survivors tour, I now have a live record from Jacksonville and a live record from my second home of Nashville, Tennessee. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. So this is out here, if I'm not mistaken, on the Frontiers label, which is kind of like the CMC International of the 2020s. And I think it's even run by the same guy, Tom Lipsky, I think is the guy's name. But yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get this open without tearing it up. All right, and we did, yay. All right, so here we go. The packaging is really nice, and Frontiers always does a really, really good job. I have a lot of stuff by them from like Whitesnake and other things, but yeah, they always do a really good job on their packaging. So anyway, again, front cover with no cellophane, back cover with the track listing. All right, so let's open up this gatefold. All right, let's see. On one side, we have liner notes with like songwriting credits and other things. On the other side over here, a picture of the band and some other stuff. So really cool. All right. I don't know if this is any kind of special vinyl or if I just got black vinyl, which I'm totally fine with. I did see an advertisement from the Frontier site for like a Coke bottle version, which is probably pretty cool. But this is standard black vinyl. So yeah, there we go. Let me see if I can get the middle sticker there to where you can see it. So there's side A. Just with the Frontiers Lynyrd Skynyrd sticker in the middle, side B. And just, a black inner sleeve here. Nothing special. It's not like anti-static or anything. So let me see if I can get this back in here without any damage. Wow. All right. Well, after all that, let's go ahead and take a look at the other record here and see what we have. All right. Well, a little bit, that brings my score down a little bit on the packaging here, because that was really, really hard to do. So anyway, here we go. Second record, side C, and then of course side D. Same sticker in the middle. And we'll see if I have to put in the same effort to get this back in its jacket. Okay. All right. Didn't have anywhere near as much trouble that time as I did the first time. All right. But let's go ahead and talk about this record for a minute. So again, like I said, this was recorded in November of 2022 at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee. It was Gary Rossington's last show. And it does feature still, Johnny Van Zandt on vocals, and of course Ricky Medlock on guitars, and Michael Cardelloni on drums. I think Peter Keys, I think that's the guy's name that's on the keyboards. And I'll be totally honest, I don't have the other two guys' names right in front of me. Let me see if it's inside the record somewhere. Let's see. Keith Christopher. Well, hold on. Okay, we got Gary Rossington, Johnny Van Zandt, Ricky Medlock, Michael Cardelloni, Mark Matechka, I'm not sure how to say that, Peter Keys, let's see, Keith Christopher, of course Damon Johnson from Brother Kane, who's playing in Gary's place now, is on here, as well as Dale Rossington, Carol Chase, and some other folks doing some background vocals and different things. But one of the cool things about this record is you do have some guest stars. Let's see, first you have Marcus King, who guest on Saturday Night Special. Let's see, who is that? It says John Osborne on Working for MCA. You've got Jelly Roll, who does guest singing on Tuesday's Gone. Donnie Van Zant guest stars on Red, White, and Blue. And let's see, it looks like Brent Smith from Shinedown. It shows him on Call Me the Breeze. I'm kind of surprised he's not on Simple Man. I don't know, maybe that's a misprint. We'll find out later. But pretty cool, pretty cool. One thing I listened to a little bit of it on Apple Music earlier today, and the sound is great. Sounds a little bit heavier and a little bit meatier than some of their other live recordings. And one thing that's pretty interesting is they do Cry for the Bad Man, which was the second to last song on Give Me Back My Bullets, which is like my favorite original era Skynyrd album. You know, so I thought that was pretty cool and that was a nice touch. Other than that, pretty much your standard fare, you know, what's your name, working for MCA, you got that right, I know a little. Simple Man, Give Me 3 Steps, Sweet Home Alabama, Free Bird, so on and so forth. The only real, like, more current Johnny Van Zant era song that you have on here would be Red, White, and Blue. Now, as somebody that, you know, does also like a lot of the Johnny Van Zant era material, I'd love to see songs like Workin' or Traveling Man or something like that. You know, some of the songs done in the Johnny Van Zant era, Still Unbroken, you know, stuff like that, you know, but I understand they've got to play to the crowd, you know, and that's what the crowd wants to hear. So I am glad at least they sprinkled in Red, White, and Blue because that was a minor hit for them back in 2003. So really cool set. Like I said, I sampled it a little bit. It sounds really good. I'm excited to get this on the turntable and listen to it and just pay tribute to Gary Rossington one more time. So yeah, check it out, whether you buy it on vinyl. I know it's available on CD, streaming, whatever. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's the record or the CD or one of the special editions. I think also comes with some kind of documentary or maybe like a DVD of the recording. I think they've been playing it on PBS too. But that's what I saw on like Frontiers earlier. So there are versions that come with, I'm assuming, a DVD of some sort to, you know, like play the actual, like the video version of the concert. So check it out, whatever format you like. That's all I've got for you this time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new content. I have the rest of my Unboxing the Vinyl series where we unbox new albums, live albums, special editions, reissues, new albums, whatever it is. Box sets even. Sometimes those are even CDs instead of records. It just depends on what's coming out. I've got my Lost Classics series where we discuss albums that I feel everyone should hear, but may have gotten swept under the rug for, you know, whatever reason, but are great and everyone should hear them. I do have another, my live album series where we talk about classic live albums from the 70s, 80s, and beyond. Let's see, I've got some concert footage from random concerts and festivals over the last several years. And I've got a couple of short documentary films that I did for school. One is about a local disc golfer friend of mine, and the other is about the fire that took our home away. Hopefully, maybe by the end of the year, we'll be back there and I'll be back in my normal recording space. But until then, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace out. What is happening here?